Before I was born, there was a long-standing tradition of making homemade pierogies for Lulia, which is a traditional Polish Christmas Eve celebration. The tradition is known to have started with my great-great-grandma Butchie. She came to America from Poland and started her life here. When she came from Poland, she brought all of her Polish traditions with her. Through raising 3 boys, when it came time for her oldest son Joseph to marry, she shared these traditions with his wife, who is known as my Nana. Throughout the years of him being married to his wife and having children, the traditions are still carried on to this day, waiting for me to pass them on to the next generation. With this tradition, every year since I was born, my Nana, Grandma, Grandpa, Mom, Dad, and I would make homemade pierogies at my grandma's house. We all would have our specific jobs. My grandma would make the mashed potatoes and sauerkraut the night before. The next day, my mom would make the dough, then my dad would roll out the dough and cut them into concentric circles. Next, I would fill them with the mashed potatoes and sauerkraut, and then my dad and I would crimp and close them. Then my grandma would cook them, and after they were done cooking, my grandpa would taste test one from each batch. My Nana would manage and help us make the pierogies for the entire day. This is a tradition that we hold close as it brings our family closer and closer every time we make them for Lulia. Lulia is a traditional way to say Merry Christmas in Polish. Days in advance, everyone prepares many dishes for Lulia. For us, we stick to the more casual side of it. We make most of the food on Christmas Eve. We make borscht, which is the beef soup, mashed potatoes, fish that is orange recipe, and crab, salads, and crepes. Our crepes are typically stuffed with strawberry jam, but the more traditional flavor crepe is filled with leftover, which is pearl butter. And of course, we have our pierogies. Before we eat Christmas Eve dinner, we break off a piece of opłaki, which has been blessed by the Polish Church, and it is thin and similar to the Eucharist used in the Roman Catholic Church, and give it to the person to the left and right of us with the blessing for the next year. The blessing will usually consist of wishing someone good health, wealth, and success in the new year. And if you know anything about my grandmother, you knew that there will be tears, but there will be tears of joy because her family was together. Sadly, last year we lost my Nana, and this year we lost my grandma to cancer. These two are a huge part of this tradition. Now it is just left to my mom, dad, grandpa, and me to